Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel. It's Gina, the Chameleon Girl. And tonight I'm going to do a more thorough video because I'm going to show you guys the outcome of how I cook my chitlins. But I want to show you the end result instead of just putting them in here and showing you guys what I put in there. I want to show you guys the end result. So that's what's going to happen today. And the first thing I'm going to do, I have a crock pot that you can set to a certain temperature. And so I think I want to cook my chitlins for like 8 hours, believe it or not. And with this crock pot, what I like about it is that after it's done cooking for the 8 hours, it goes to the warm setting. So it stays warm in your food without continuing to cook it. So I think 8 hours is going to be plenty enough time. I know that a lot of people cook their chitlins for, we're going to say 4 hours or something. And they do it on the stovetop, but I'm going to tell you a couple of reasons why, and I'm going to, when I show you guys the outcome, you'll understand better why I do not like to cook them on the stovetop. One of the reasons why I don't like to cook them on the stovetop is because you have to just watch them every 5 minutes, just every 5 minutes. Like, to me, you know, because I did it before, and they stuck, and it was a real good pot that I used, but they still stuck to the bottom and the side. You keep scraping. Another reason why is because when you're cooking your chitlins that fast and they're just roaring boil the whole time, instead of like slowing it down, like even this is too high. The only reason why I had it on a high setting is because I wanted to bring my water, which I'll show you guys in a minute, to a real roaring boil, because I want to melt down my seasonings before I put my chitlins in there, so that when my chitlins curl up like they do, they will not, the seasonings will not get trapped in the curls, and then maybe one chitlin is full of salt, or one chitlin has too much of this, you know what I mean? I like to melt those flavors together. I'm gonna show you guys that in a minute. And another thing, you know, the best example that I can give you of when you're, like, say for instance, if you was to boil a whole chicken and you took a big pot of water versus baking the chicken, when you bake the chicken, the flavors kind of stay better. You know what I mean? When you boil a whole chicken, which I like to do for my gumbo or something like that, but there is like this foam. That foam is blood. I hear a lot of people say that the foam that they're saying is nasty gunk. Well, if you got nasty gunk in your chitlins, then you ain't cleaned them as good as you have to. And you got to just do it thoroughly. So tonight, what we're going to do is about 5 pounds of real clean chitlins. And the reason why I'm getting close up is I want you guys to see there's no specks and dots on those bad boys. They're just clean like that, like they need to be. And I like mine in a colander because I don't like all that chitlin juiciness to go in there. So, I mean, that's why I like mine like that. So the first thing that we do is, for however fast your slow cooker goes, then you want to start out by putting, probably, I'm going to say for these 5 pounds of chitlins, I put 2 cups of water into my slow cooker. And as you can see, that's real steaming and that's piping hot. So I want to go real quick. For every pound of chitlins, remember I said 5 pounds, I want 5 bouillon cubes. 1 cube for each pound needs to go in this roaring hot water. And as you guys can see, that just boiling and melting in there quick. So you got to go on ahead and have them open if you want to use these. And so then, let's take that and put that on in there. That comes to that, get that, where it's melts it down. And they break down real quick, especially you get you a good brand. You know, now when I use like typically I never like to use the ones that say herbs and spices. Only reason why is because I don't like nothing green in my chitlin. So the next thing that I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put some accent in here. I'm not gonna go too heavy, but I'm gonna put a little. Like, we're doing 5 pounds. I got 2 cups of water in here. So we're going to say that we're going to do a half a teaspoon of accent. The next thing I'm going to do is a little bit of Lawry. Just a little bit, half teaspoon. The reason why I'm going to do a little bit of Lawry's is because the Lawry's has all flavors in it. And if you do like the flavor of celery, then put you some celery seed up in there. Once your chitlins is halfway through and they have already curled. Because celery seed is dots. You know what I mean? I don't want to see dots up in mine. I'm going to show you the trick to avoiding that. The next thing is I want me some paprika in there to melt down because I hate white food. Unless that food is some white potatoes or I just don't like my food to not have the colorfulness. And so I feel like it sounds like I'm being negative towards other things, but I just don't like that. And the next thing I'm gonna add is some onion powder, a white seasoning. I like to go in, I mean, to me, there's never too much onion that you can add to your recipes. But I'm an onion person. And so some people are like garlic people, like they like garlic better. And I remember a time when I did not cook with garlic because I thought it was an overpowering seasoning. But you know, when I really think about it, I like it to balance out the onion. I don't know, it's pretty good. Anyway, I like a little bit of garlic salt because the garlic salt and the Lawry's together, and it has to be garlic salt for some reason, not powder. They go together well. And for spiciness and pepper, I'm going to use white pepper. White pepper is a little bit more spicy than black pepper, so go to your taste. Now, because I don't have any raw chitlins up in here, if you use this recipe, if you decide to, let me know, you know, that if you like it. If you don't, I think you will though. But what you could do at this point is give it a nice stir. You see how those bouillon cubes, they're gone, they're melted. So you don't have nothing that's gonna curl up inside of your chitlins, okay? And the reason why I such a little bit of water and not up to here covering the chitlins like that is because the chitlins create their own broth, their own water, whatever you want to call it. So the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take this 5 pounds of chitlins. I'm going to pick them up. See, so they're not dripping water and stuff. Because they create a lot of water, and I don't like floating chitlins. There's a whole, or greens either. Have y'all ever experienced that when it's just a whole lot of water and then it's like, you know, where's the greens? You gotta like fish for it. And these chitlins are gonna shrivel up to nothing. And I just don't want to fish around. And we're gonna cook that. We're gonna set that to, I'm gonna go back to 8 hours, 8 full hours. I'm gonna turn the temperature down to low. Oh, and now I gotta reset it. Okay, so anyway, this thing's sliding everywhere. So anyway, guys, we're going to go ahead and change positions, and we're over here, but yellow. So we're gonna cook it for 8 hours on low. And you guys, when I take the lid off of here and we go to see what is the outcome of it, there ain't gonna be no foam. I did not boil these chitlins, pour water off, boil them once more, pour water off, boil them once more, pour water off. Slow cooker, that's the way. But I'll be back to show you guys the outcome. You'll understand, hopefully. Don't think I'm like trying to criticize nobody for their way. Hope don't nobody come for me for mine. But in the meantime, I'll see you guys next soon. So we're back to show the outcome of what happened with the chitlins. 8 hours for, I cooked them for 8 hours. And I cooked them low and slow in my crock pot. Now, what did happen is that they are pretty greasy. As you guys can see, they're kind of oily. Uh-oh, I dropped my fork. Grab me another fork. But neither here nor there. They're still gonna get eaten up. So I'm gonna go ahead and spoon some out. But anyway, that's how the chitlins look. There's no foam all around it. But you can, you can definitely see where they're oily and down in there. To get the oil out, what you can do, after you clean them, when they're still raw, put them in a metal colander. Take them, press them down in there with your fist and twist the colander. Pull the colander. You'll see the oil or the grease, it just come out. But you don't want to go too far with removing your grease off of your chitlins. And the reason why I said don't go too far is because with the fat in meats and different things like that is the flavor. And so be careful not to do that. But I'm going to sample it for you guys. A good old chitlins. I'm so happy. I'm going to get me a little hot sauce. This is not my favorite one. My kids put me onto one that is my favorite. It's my very, but I don't have anymore. But it's El Yucateco. And you get it at Walmart. And I think it's $1 what? $1.74 in a little bottle. That's the best hot sauce that I like, and it's real spicy. And usually I don't like real spicy, but what I like to do with my chitlins is cut them up. I really like them cut down, real little. Look at that. You can't put the crushed red pepper in if you just have to have black pepper. Wait in 4 hours, halfway through. Or if you cook yours for 4 hours total, then you can do it, and take it and put it in at the 2-hour mark. But I'm going to taste these for you because y'all know how it is when they get cold. My little bite-sized chitlin pieces. Mmm. Perfect. These are perfect. They're so delicate and tender. That's the end of the video. Don't forget, do me that favor. Like, comment, share, subscribe. I'd appreciate it. God bless and enjoy the rest of your day.